So for those of you who are new here, this is Sacred Citadel, a side-scrolling crawler for download services like Xbox Live Arcade, PSN and PC. So it's an action game, a lot of different moves, and not only do you have a lot of depth to this combat system because of the way you can do your finishers, you also have some special abilities depending on your character. You can block if you have to, especially the warrior who will always be in the front. He can kind of like soak up some damage. At the same time, if you're like in a sticky situation, you can dodge roll out of the way and in any direction. As you can see, it's a pretty colorful game. So it's like lots of bright colors to give it like a bit of a cartoon style. At the same time, it really helps to identify all the enemies and your heroes. Like they don't just have a giant arrow above their head, but they're also like skinned in a different way to make them easily identifiable during all the action. So the levels are full of these kind of environmental hazards, like this giant log. If you hit it, it will go swing back and forth, which you can use to destroy your enemies. At the same time, you have to be careful that you don't kill your teammates. Luckily, you can also dodge roll underneath these hazards, so if you find yourself being attacked by your co-player, just move out of the way. There's a lot of different enemies in the game. In this level alone, we have about 4 different types. They come in different sizes and shapes. As you can see here, like, these are just some normal enemies. Some of them are more like elite versions. And like the level design is tailored to not just be about hacking and slashing, but also about some platform elements, using the environment to your advantage. And of course we also have these enemies. These are the Grimobs. They are your primary enemy in the game. They are being controlled by an orc chieftain, and these Grimobs are forcing tiny miner creatures that you see on the left to dig for an artifact. The heroes are trying to find the same artifact, but of course some things will go wrong in the game and the story will really kick off. But the story in Sacred Citadel also acts as a prelude for Sacred 3, which will come out next year after Sacred Citadel. And if you're a fan of the old games, the world of Ankaria has now kind of turned into legend. So in the world of Sacred Citadel, all the events from the past games are now legendary. Here you have one of the other environmental hazards, like you can throw your enemies below it and then hope the giant block will crush them in time. Or your goal player. Of course we also have mounts, because they're a lot of fun to play with. These are really powerful, but you have to be careful that you're not knocked off them, because enemies will start to drop from the sky and attack you from every angle. Oh. There you have some even bigger enemies. They'll just grow bigger and bigger as you go. You can see some blood on the floor there, so something might be going on here. A lot of detail, a lot of attention has to be paid to adding some detail, not just to the characters and enemy design, but also to the things like the foreground and the background. We have like a coherent vision. This is like a mini boss. Like, he's not that big, but he's definitely bigger than the other forest beasts. As the game goes, you'll get bigger and bigger bosses until they fill up more than the screen. And these bosses are designed to like kind of test your skill as a team. And of course, if you don't have anyone to play with at the moment you're playing, you can also play solo. So it's no problem at all.